Hi everyone, welcome back to the TVI Podcast, episode 236. Carl Donnelly here.
Julian Deane.
Guest.
Dan Tiernan.
I was going to introduce you.
Nah, this is my first rodeo. Come on.
As often happens, we book guests based on geography.
Location.
Basically, whoever's nearest to when we start booking.
And
the podcast
obviously,
2 days before.
we like you.
Yeah, and the location helps.
But you are very...
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only reason I moved around here.
Did you walk here?
is to try and get on. Yeah.
Did you walk here?
Yeah,
That's
walked here.
walkable. That
15-minute
nice.
walk.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good. Just so for it, and we're in Tulse Hill.
Tulse Hill with a T. Beautiful little coffee shop.
It is a nice little coffee shop.
We're at the
What's it
studio.
called? Sage and...
But then they can work out where I live, you know.
Yeah.
I walk 15 minutes in every
knock at
direction.
every door
Yeah. It is exactly 15 minutes.
We are very keen listeners.
Yeah. What is your walking pace in comparison to Google Maps? Because I'm way faster than Google Maps.
I'm a bit faster.
Is that a flex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way faster.
I'll double Google Maps.
Yeah,
What's
man.
yours?
I've literally fucked the algorithm.
Better change.
So yeah, I'm go 15-minute walk. I'll do that in 12.
Yeah, I'm about a 3 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
All right, guys, just get your dicks out. I'll do it in 3 because I've got a small cock.
It said my walk.
It's easier to walk.
Yeah, more space.
I think most people what's the average MPH? About 6 miles an hour
I
walking.
have literally no idea.
Is it? I've never thought.
I mean,
about
nor do
putting
I.
in
I'm
an
just
MPH.
I don't.
6 miles an hour?
That feels fast.
Does it?
Does it? Yeah.
Well, think about...
Yeah, because a mile is usually about 25 minutes, isn't it?
I think it's probably... Yeah, I'd say I'll probably do it in 18.
Yeah. I don't even notice
Getting
it.
faster now.
No, but last
I just
night
run next to a train.
in Birmingham, Google Maps told me last night my walk from the Birmingham New Street train station to the gig
Was drunk.
was 22 minutes, and I did it in 15.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good, man.
I don't know why I'm boasting about
I don't
it.
like-
But I'm 4.
Yeah.
Go and get your dad a beer from the fridge. I'll time you. You're the fastest kid around here. Get me another beer from the fridge.
Got flashing trainers on Heelys.
Do you remember you used to get new trainers and you'd
Feel faster.
test them out? Yeah.
100%,
Oh
yeah.
man, like
I still do that.
whereas now you just don't want anyone to touch them. You know, that first time somebody steps on your train on the tube or something when you've got new trainers and you just fucking die inside.
I know.
No, neither of you got trainers nice enough to have that issue.
I don't know what you mean. All my trainers are 14 years old.
Well, I get a new pair and I'm like, right, these are going to be like my special pair. And then I just like them too much and just wear them
Same.
constantly. And then
But
2
you're gonna
weeks
win,
in-
yeah. If they're
That's
your
why I went a bit
favourite.
quiet then. I bought some trainers 2 weeks ago and they're at home and they're like fucked. And
Oh,
I was
really?
Like, I was just,
But
I
why
was
would you
mourning
choose
that,
your second best trainers to wear out?
But your
Your second favourite.
If you're doing this podcast, you're not getting the good ones.
Can't believe you didn't wear
the
your.
secondary ones.
We have a
dog
strict.
shit park train.
We have a strict dress code here, man. Dan's got his slippers on.
Yeah, I'm in my pajamas to be fair.
But I've got like day shoes and evening shoes. Like I won't wear trainers during the day. That I normally wear stuff to gigs that is only for like evening gigs.
Was that for on stage
Not
stuff?
just for on stage, but just out of an evening.
Why?
I like a sort of weirdly. These are actually probably
Like
not
a
my normal-
cravat and a cigar.
my top hat. No, but you know what I mean. Like I definitely have. I get
a
I get
ball
up in the
gown.
morning, I shower, and then I get my sort of daytime clothes on.
Do you
and then-
change your pants as well?
Not in the evening. I change them in the morning.
No, ever.
Could this be nighttime wear? What you're wearing now?
No, this would be day wear.
Is that because it's like a t-shirt? Is that
Yeah, I mean, this could end up like being an evening t-shirt.
Do you ever
but
wear?
it'd be under a jacket.
Do you ever just wear your t-shirt and just walk around the house?
Well, like Winnie the Pooh. All the
with no
time.
panties on.
Just with a little willy hanging out. It's I don't around the house. So I've got a 4-year-old, and she gets scared.
She's the same height.
Yeah. But it is gross though, being bottom half naked, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
It is. Yeah.
Why are you doing it then?
Yeah, no, I am doing it
That's
right
the
now.
elephant in the room.
Do you have a split between what you wear off stage and on stage? I suppose that's the question there.
Not really. I used to dress like this on stage. Like I'd wear shorts and a t-shirt, like little PE shorts.
Yeah.
And then people would like.
Is that for the character?
No,
No, really.
I don't know. I really enjoy it, but then I think it is just a bit unprofessional. Like like people think, particularly if you get like a decent fee and you're like in your PE kit.
If it's like a weekend,
rude, isn't it?
If it's a weekend club, it's harder in shorts, isn't it?
Yeah, who's the only person?
Roger Monkhouse.
Roger Monkhouse used to get in fucking
combat
sandals as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
I think that's why I got into it, because I was like heard that like if you can kill in shorts, like that's like quite impressive.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I quite fancy the challenge. Yeah.
The flip side is if you die in shorts, that's extra
Awful.
shame.
You gotta walk
bad.
off with
Yeah,
your
yeah,
white legs.
Yeah. Your knees.
And you skip leg day, mate.
Laugh day and leg day.
Yeah, I've always had quite a definite like split, but I like to sort of put stuff. I like to get dressed to go to a gig, even if it just means changing a couple of bits. I'm never ever comfortable if I've just been out in stuff and then I go to a gig and just do it in the clothes I've been wearing.
You ever
all day.
bringing two outfits then? Yeah.
Huh?
You bringing two outfits with you, like the outfit you're wearing and then you're changing into that? Because that I kind of get it.
No, I like to go home. But if I'm out, I suppose that is different. But if I'm going out, it depends on what time in the day. If I go out for, say, if I'm meeting someone for lunch or something, or a coffee at 4 p.m. and I've got a gig that evening, then I'll have morning clothes and then I'll get dressed again at lunchtime for the evening, and then I'm in my evening wear.
Yeah.
That's mental. What I'm realising now is I'm fucking...
I'll take a t-shirt with me.
Right.
And that's about it, yeah. Sometimes I'll rock up in what I'm wearing if I'm like, recently showered.
Yeah.
Do you ever... I think you should always bring a spare pair of trousers with you, because it happens like...
In case you pull.
Well, yeah. What, I need to lend
They
them
get
some
messy.
trousers.
In case you shit your pants.
Yeah.
You need to put a disguise on, creeping across gardens.
What for? In case you spill something.
Malfunction, right? It happened. I
Case
was
you
going to
shit
Glasgow,
yourself.
and I my secondary trainers I'd forgotten had like a chewing gum stain on the back, and then my first trainers.
Oh, trousers.
Trousers. Oh,
you sat on the chewing gum. Yeah.
And then my secondary.
What
pair,
colour were they?
Dark green.
What?
And it was white gum
White gum.
on the arse.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. Not great.
That's
look.
not
Did you
good.
buy an
Dark green
emergency pair?
trousers.
No, I had, but this is my point. They were my emergency pair, and my other pair had I realised had a hole. You know when the seam.
At the crotch. Yeah.
Maybe you
Worst
should
place.
fix up a bit and stop being so messy.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe you should look after your clothes a bit more, mate. You're like, one of them's good.
Where you're
Hole in the
sitting.
crotch. The other one's got cum on the arse. Like,
The other one's got one leg missing.
But I also had this. This is years ago. My first ever a gig for a promoter. Like the first time he was seeing me. It's about to go on, and then my flight, just completely like ripped.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like literally before I went on, and I just had to go on completely open.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and be like, this is what's happened, kind of thing.
I did.
Did you talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh, that might
I
have
had
been
to.
alright.
Well, you've got to. That's
Yeah. And what I did is I didn't mention anything, and then as soon as I started speaking, a woman whispered to a friend, and I was like, "What's?"
Yeah.
And she was like, your trousers.
I once did that. You know that thing sometimes when you finish a whey and you haven't emptied it all out properly,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you get the drip.
Oh yeah.
I did such a big one. I was hosting up the creek, and just before, I think it's the middle section, I went for a wee, and honestly, I had it wasn't like a little drip patch on my jeans. I had like a bloody 3-inch circle of wee just there. I tried to dry it in a hand dryer and I couldn't.
Oh, God.
So I had to literally just go on stage and just talk about the fact that I just
Had
done
you
a bit
already
of
been
pissing
on?
myself. I was hosting.
Yeah, but so
I'd been on at the start.
I think that's if you are gonna go on with pissy pants, that's a
Be the
pretty good
host.
position.
It's better to be
I was
hosting.
going back on, right? Because you've already,
Yeah.
and then you can be like, I've just pissed my,
Yeah,
you know.
and if it was funny, they found it funny. I talked about it, and
But if your opening thing is, I've just pissed all over myself, and
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
trust
The
you,
first
or
one.
like,
If you've got a tight
yeah.
set that you know what you're saying and that just interrupts it.
Yeah.
Just, I forgot my trousers once. I used to wear tracksuits so like in the car if I'm driving
yeah.
far.
Day clothes. That's exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, but it's a comfortable kind of travel attire, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I got there and I realised I'd forgotten my trousers and I had to go on in tracksuit bottoms.
How did you feel?
Well, it had a Nike sign on the leg, and I got a bit of black tape and put it over it.
Why? You weren't on ITV?
No, not because of the advertising. Just because then it could almost just look like black trousers or whatever.
But it probably looked more like...
It was just like non-branded tracksuits. They're thinking, get some Nikes,
get
mate.
some Nikes in weird.
But you know what? It didn't affect my set at all.
No.
It just went really well.
Yeah.
As per usual. And I just roofed it, obviously. You know my name. Not really. But then I did, I don't know. That was a good story.
I liked it. I think
Thanks.
I think it's interesting how kind of in your own head you can get before you do stand up about what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
You know? Like I've been to where I'm zipping and unzipping and just like having a complete freak
But
out.
I think that's all part of it, isn't it? It's such an unnatural thing to do. Like you can, if I don't have a banana, where's a banana? I remember running around the streets of North Wales looking for a banana. And I got one, and I still had a bad gig. I was so in my head. I had to eat a banana. I got up and bombed anyway. Even I found a banana.
Is it the banana? Is because the banana's like the best thing to eat quickly in it if you're hungry.
Or
Is
is
that
it
what is
just
that?
an
Because I get a
OCD?
pre-gig. It's quite light.
It's more psychological, but
Do
you know,
always have a
bananas.
banana?
Not anymore. I kind of
After
stopped.
that.
After that death.
Like now, I can't go near bananas.
Keep that banana away. Is it like a banana on a boat? A bad omen. That's
yeah. But I used to be like, I used to neck a black coffee
Yeah.
before I went on, and then I wonder why I can't sleep.
Yeah. You can get too tied into those. Like Russell Kane's obviously. Have you ever gigged with Russell Kane?
he has one
Russell's-
10 minutes before,
Yeah, so
doesn't
he's
he?
got like a ritual before gigs, and like it's like properly. That's what he does to get himself mentally and physically in the perfect zone. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always very hesitant to not put any of them in place. I don't like having those sorts of crutches.
It's good to kind of. I practice letting go of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
By
yeah.
purposely not having a banana, like at not important gigs. Do you know what I mean? Like a little gig, I just would purposely not eat it.
Bananaless, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's quite brave of me. That's the kind of courage I've got.
Imagine you crushing a set, walking past the promoter, going, "No banana."
No banana needed. Bananaless comedian.
If you get me back to close, I'll have a banana.
But when you say that, I get so like I reckon for about 5 minutes before going on stage, I'm the most self-conscious I feel at any point of the day.
Yeah.
Like I check myself constantly, thinking I've got something on my face.
Yeah.
Check every zip. I'm checking and you do suddenly become hyper aware of what you're wearing. Like sometimes I'll wear one item of clothing that I'm not 100% sure of.
Same, yeah.
And I feel confident. I'm like, no, I look good, man. And then you get to the gig, and then that moment you're like, I look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And you just get so in your head.
I hate that when you're at home, you think, I'm going to try a shirt today.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
done that. And you get to the gig, you're like, why did I do this? This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But the
All it
audience
takes is
don't give a
somebody-
shit.
No,
Yeah.
they don't care. But
You
all
could
it
wear a
takes-
string vest.
I wore a cap for the first time on stage the other day, and I made a joke about it, and they were all like, "What the hell are you on about?" I don't know.
Just a cap. Yeah.
Have you ever had that where you wear something that you think looks really cool, and you're like, it's a bit out of your normal comfort zone, and all it takes is one person to make one comment.
Yeah, you're working at Asda today, mate.
Yeah. I had, and this isn't like no slight on the person this was about, so he's a lovely guy, but
Sounds like an
basically-
arsehole, man.
No, this isn't the person who said it, but it's a funny reference. I was in Melbourne last year, and I've got this really nice pork pie hat that I used to wear now and again.
It's a pork pie one with no beak.
So pork pie,
Pork pie off of,
it's essentially like a sort of
Pork pie was on that TV show.
Desmond's. Yeah.
Desmond's.
So it's a
It
little
looks a
like
bit like
fedora, but it's
like
perfectly round, and the brim is just slightly curved up.
Oh,
So it's a nice.
Oh, so it does have a brim.
Oh, it does have a brim. It's quite.
Do you know the ones I'm
wide
thinking
brim.
about that are very burly?
Benny hats.
You know, where it's just like
Benny.
A Docker
Benny
hat or
from
something.
maybe, yeah.
Docker
Benny
hat's
from
just-
Crossroads.
Docker hat is like a canvas beanie.
Yeah.
So I've got some of them as well. But like, I was wearing this nice pork pie hat, and I'd worn it a bunch of times. But socially, like, I walked into a bar in Melbourne to do a gig.
Someone knocked
and,
you out.
And a friend, Rebecca, Austin, you know Rebecca, right? She just went, "All right, Phil Jupitus." And I swear to God, I like Phil. He's a mate, but like
You just walked straight out the back door and home. You didn't even stop.
threw the hat like fucking odd job across the room. But honestly,
Start stamping on it.
but I don't know why. It's just the moment she said that, I couldn't get out of my head. Oh yeah, I look like Phil Jupitus now. I'm trying to be Phil Jupitus, like, and it's not. You just want another bloke wearing a hat. It's totally unrelated.
Yeah, I had a
Never
similar
worn it
thing
again.
with a cop. Like, he goes, the kid from Up, and I was just like,
Oh man,
sake.
Russell.
Yeah, Russell from Up. I was like,
I've never seen Up, man.
You've never
You
seen
not?
Up?
No.
What the hell?
I've read
That's really
about
odd.
it.
That's weirder than when people say like, I've never seen Star
Titanic.
Wars or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, I've seen Star Wars, man.
I feel like no one talks about the fact that everyone's seen Up. Like, it's
I've
just,
never seen Up. I've never seen. I did watch Lion King the first time recently.
I try
and
not
Edward
to do. I try not to
Scissorhands.
do that thing where you're like, what? Because you can't see every film. Do you know?
Yeah.
But some it's almost harder to not see. Like
Yeah.
Up, I
What
feel
are
like
your big ones? Or-
films that I've not seen.
Yeah. Mine's Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
No.
No, I think I've seen
You've
that.
never seen the original. How old are you?
27.
Oh, that's. I mean, fair enough. It's
Yeah.
not your era, is
I
it?
don't know.
I'm
Everyone
saying
else, I think the new ones are anyway.
You don't watch any
I
of
mean,
the new ones?
I don't mean the new ones. They're shit. I mean Star Wars.
I've seen. I had on video as a kid. I had the one with the double lightsaber guy.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
Phantom of the something.
Phantom Menace.
I've seen.
Yeah,
that
but they're
one.
different.
That's
I
it.
mean the old Star Wars.
Yeah, but I
Oh, yeah,
understand
I ain't
why
seen them.
somebody who's 27 hasn't gone back and watched that.
Yeah, same.
But
Okay.
it's like, you know.
That's like if you hadn't seen Casablanca or something.
Yeah.
I'm not. What's that?
Humphrey Bogart.
See that?
Oh, I've heard of that. Is it black and white?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't get on the plane, you'll regret it. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. That one.
I've seen it now.
Yeah, you don't need to sit.
Yeah, like
You do
those,
the whole thing.
Wait, is it on in the room?
have you seen Citizen Kane? That's obviously
Is that Cagney?
often no. It's Orson Welles. That's like why often gets like named the best film of all time.
I've not actually seen
So
that.
that's that. Like,
Yeah, it's not like IMDb's top film or something.
yeah,
like that, I
probably.
think.
But
No,
like,
that's
what
Shawshank.
about, have you seen?
I've seen Shawshank.
Have you seen like the like Godfather?
I've seen. I think I've seen the first one. Yeah,
Okay.
but not the second one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The second one's
People say
Good.
it's better. I think number one.
the
is still
third one.
better.
Andy Garcia's not as.
No, it's cack.
Yeah,
But
I could see why they cast Andy, but nah.
nah, man, come on. They should have just stopped.
De
it.
Niro's getting called out as a nonce, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's just cover ourselves legally.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's I can say that, Connor. He's getting called out as one. I'm not saying he is one, even though he raped
Your
me.
Honour.
Right, no, you can't say that.
I remember when he bummed me.
No, so what's the rumours? What's going on? Is this all social media stuff? Or is it
He's
actually
in court
on
or
news-
something. There's some.
news things?
I don't know what he's in court for. Please, everyone, do
Oh, well,
your
if it's
research.
in court, then we can definitely do it.
Might be a parking fine. Nonce. Yeah, I don't know. I saw it on
Man, now
I
I've got to have a look.
I read like 4 words and I could have misframed
Yeah.
it.
It's not enough to make that accusation.
Yeah.
I doubt De Niro's career's over because I said that.
Oh man, what De Niro? Let's type De Niro. I probably if I spelled it right.
Isn't he going to be a dad at the age of?
He already is. He became a dad last year again.
And how old is he?
80, is he?
He's
Crazy.
too old, isn't he?
That shouldn't be allowed.
Nah, it's
You
too
know.
old, man. He's
Yeah, I know
old
it's-
sperm.
I do think that, I know that you can't legally put that in place, but I do think there should be a top end. Just like, you
He's
know,
going to die when the kid's like at any moment now.
And it's not like, and everyone else will know his dad because his dad was De Niro, and he won't.
Yeah. Have you seen Taxi Driver and things like that? I mean, that's a film.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
What about Raging Bull?
That's so great.
I've not actually seen the whole film. No, we did it in film studies when I was at school.
Oh, is that what you learned? What did you study?
Well, I studied. I did a lot of dropping and switching and changing and all that kind of thing. But media, film, drama.
What, you moved around different schools?
Dropping. No, in the college. 2 months before my final second year exams, I completely dropped out of college. And just
Really?
didn't get in.
What was that? So that was how old? 18.
Yeah, 18.
Right. Yeah.
How come?
So I'd barely been going in, and not like just completely just not doing any work. So then I just shat myself and was like, I'm just going to drop out.
Were you
and then I don't have
smoking
to do
weed
the
and all
exams.
that stuff?
I actually wasn't then, to be fair. Like I smoke loads now. I'm not trying to claim that I'm better than that.
No, I didn't touch weed. No.
No.
Is it dyspraxia?
Dyspraxia, yeah,
Right.
on paper.
What's weed do to that? Because I've got a very, I don't think he'd mind me saying, John Hastings,
Yeah.
funny comedian, mate. He's
Loves it.
dyspraxic.
Yeah, he loves
and
it.
he loves a bit of weed.
Yeah.
Like, is there a thing that it helps? Or
I've never
something?
heard
But a lot of people
that.
love weed, though, doesn't
Sure.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
He gets addicted to heroin. Is that?
yeah.
Is that an?
So if
For
I,
OCD.
He's also got hay fever. Is that? What is it with people with hay fever and heroin?
I'd love to say it. I'd love to say it helps, but really, the dyspraxia is a condition that means you kind of fall over a lot and lose things.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
probably makes
But,
it worse.
yeah. So is it
think-
related to ADHD?
So,
would you say?
so if you've got dyspraxia, you're fairly likely to have ADHD. I've not been diagnosed with ADHD, but I'm pretty sure I have.
Well, like
it.
John Hastings, he went to get an ADHD diagnosis, and they said he hasn't got it. I was like, they're wrong. You've got it, mate. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
Hastings
yeah.
has got ADHD.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That fucking guy. I've known him long enough to know
It
he's
could
got
be
it.
autism or something, couldn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
Or it could be. I don't know enough about.
Not John particular. I'm not
No,
diagnosing.
Yeah.
he's got that as well.
But a lot of people I think are undiagnosed. Like, I think I don't know. I asked my mum if she was autistic yesterday. And my
How did that
sister.
conversation go?
No, I'm not.
Was she looking you in the eye? No.
Yeah, exactly. But my
She was
son's
counting her
my
Legos.
son's diagnosed with those two things as well.
Double whammy, dyspraxia.
Double whammy and ADHD.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he hammed up the dyspraxic test though. I think he wanted it because
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
How old is he?
He's been diagnosed 19.
Oh, okay. And when did he get diagnosed?
Few years maybe ago.
Right.
My daughter was diagnosed with
Some people grow out of it.
being on the spectrum. Yeah.
Learn how to manage it so that you do it. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
tell.
he's pretty
There's also
coordinated.
spectrums to it. Like
Yeah, of course.
I have it, I think quite strongly.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
What do you struggle with it? Is there anything that I can do? What are the main things I could do that you can't?
This is now just a way to inflate your ego.
Tell me how great I am.
yeah.
With a
So-
list, please.
So I think the main things are like my handwriting's absolute garbage, but part of that's to do with they put me on a laptop when I was in year 5, so then
Oh,
I just
right.
typed through.
Okay, but that isn't exclusive to dyspraxic, is it?
No, but it is a really common.
Right.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
dyspraxics. Then just like
Mine shit.
spatial awareness, like.
As in, you
depth
could
perception.
bump into somebody or
Big time. I'm
not-
always bumping into
Can
people.
you drive?
No.
What's the
That's-
rules on driving? If
You can legally. It's just
'Cause I know, yeah. 'cause-
I learned for 2 years and then just wasn't even ready for
Yeah.
it. It's just driving is one of the things that it just is the most hardest thing to do with dyspraxia.
Yeah.
Pretty
because
much
it's
every
coordination.
and doing lots of things at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's not just coordination; it's also like depth perception, and spatial
Yeah.
awareness,
I
right?
forget how much
And all
goes
of that
on
kind
in
of
driving
thing.
when you just do it for years, and it's just.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say something about it recently. I was like, oh yeah, it's like you just forget. It's become second nature, but it's fucking loads going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
When you first start driving, it is overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
The first, it's like all these different things you've got to do.
I was so bad at that. Like, I had a few moments where
Did you have
my
lessons?
instructor, yeah, she pulled me over and properly bollocked me. You know,
Really?
like I once I pulled out like to turn just when there was like cars coming, just like slammed the brakes. It was like pull over, like just
Oh man.
yeah.
I mean, that's not your fault. Did she know you were dyspraxic?
Yeah, but you got to take some
Responsibility for almost
you know.
killing everyone.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like if I was a driver, yeah, bless him.
just killed a whole family.
But that is why I don't want to drive, because I think I could pass the test on automatic, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because I drove, when I was doing lessons, I could do the driving bit. I just
Yeah.
couldn't, the gears and stuff.
I
and
think they're
some
going
of
to
the
be phased
parking.
out in the next 10, 20 years anyway. Manual. Who's driving manuals?
I know,
Like,
I've got
you know
an
what I mean?
automatic
Like,
now,
in
yeah.
Australia, America,
Yeah.
no one drives
No,
manuals. It's just here we hold on to it.
Yeah, it's a weird man.
For some
man
reason,
thing.
It is
yeah.
a
You need a
geezer thing,
proper
right?
engine.
I suppose years ago, going up a hill in an
acceleration out of the turns. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
automatics used to be a bit like slug more, like
Yeah.
years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Like going up a hill, it'd be you change down
And with
gear.
electric cars as well. It's not going to be a manual electric car.
Nah.
So, I mean, it's just going to be, it's a dying thing.
For sure.
But it is like, my wife, she's only learned on automatic. She's only got an automatic license. So like, which is sort of, I think that's going to be what most people have.
But the reason why
You only
the
need
reason
it,
my
really.
Dad said like why automatic's bad is like it could just be one time where you need to jump in someone's car for like an emergency,
Yes.
and you're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
for fuck's
But
sake,
that's the
Dan,
same-
learn to use a gear
Yeah,
stick.
yeah, but
Come
that's
on.
that's such an unlikely.
Yeah,
that's like
no.
saying you need to be able to fly a helicopter.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
There might be that one time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you never.
In films, that is something they can
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
I do
yeah.
think my scenario is a bit more likely.
I don't know though. But I don't know. It's,
That'd be like a much rarer, complicated like vehicle. Like no, it
no,
wouldn't.
just not really though. Like just because there's more cars than helicopters.
Yeah. So what you think is that it's
I don't
just
think it-
as likely today
I don't think
that
it's
you will
as
drive
unlikely as more unlikely as you think though. Like when's the emergency where you got to jump in a car?
like
Never. How many times has that happened?
never.
Nor
I'm
me.
crumbling here. Really.
I've never done it either.
We've got 100 years between us,
Yeah.
and
The only-
it's
I'd say
never
the only
happened.
positive of being able to do automatic and manual is if you hire cars and they haven't got an
Yeah,
automatic,
that's the
you can
better
just get a
analogy.
That's what I find. Like my wife can't. Like if she has to hire a car.
So you're-
Yeah, but that's like
can
saying
only
if you
drive-
need to hire a helicopter.
But your dad is on a fight or flight mode, though. Any
Yeah.
proper
Yeah.
dad.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a dad.
What if there's an emergency? You need to jump in a car and move.
yeah.
Take the M25, the
As a
M1. What if you need to come off at junction 6? Get off the road. That army advert. Move left.
So anyway, let's do some questions from the listeners, from the patrons. Let's see what we can do. Oh, and apparently we've got a WhatsApp group for our patron. Our patrons have got a WhatsApp group, and there's a
Patreon.com/wearetvi to
Yeah,
join.
you don't have to join the WhatsApp group.
You have to.
You don't physically
If you
don't.
can hear this, it
You
means
have
it's
to.
illegal if you're not.
But apparently there's an election splinter group. I don't know. About
Oh,
that.
I did a poll to see if there was an election
Oh.
split, and they ignored my poll and
Oh,
did
can
it.
you add me to it? Whoever started that.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So
People talking about the election.
Yeah. So basically, we've got our Patreon. Patrons
people-
get extra, you get to listen to full length episodes. That's the standard. But some patrons, they can join a WhatsApp group of other patrons, and it's a really fun. It's a one big WhatsApp group.
Little cup of coffee a month.
Oh no, they've started another one. And
Well,
they're
there's
like,
loads of spin-off ones from it. It's
Yeah.
created a community.
We've
for
got
people
a
that-
Spartan
crazy it's
fitness
like-
one.
I want to talk about the election, but only with people who listen to
Well, yeah,
the
you don't want to just
TVI.
flood the normal. Oh no, yeah, but you also don't want to flood the normal TVI WhatsApp group. with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
there's a spin-off one for exercise. There's a spin-off. Apparently, there's a singles one. Somebody said. Mads has said.
Wow.
Speaking of splinter groups, she loves TVI singles. What a lovely bunch.
Ah.
Nice. I didn't know that. See, we don't even know.
I heard about
So
that
maybe
ages
that
ago. I didn't know
people-
it was well established.
People could be getting it on, right?
I know. Listen
'Cause
to
of
this.
YouTube.
Listen to our voices.
Yeah,
just
get it on.
ratting.
Get something sexy on once.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be
let's get
interested to
Julian
see-
talking about
Bananas.
paedophilia.
I think some patrons have hooked up with each other though.
Have they?
I
That's
think
awesome.
so.
Nice.
I don't know
That's
who.
awesome.
But so anyway, yeah. So that's good. If you want to join the TVI election splinter group, do join up.
Might
All
get a
singles.
wedding gig.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's do an actual question. When's the last time you saw someone with a comb over? I've essentially got a comb over because I'm thin on top, and my hair.
you?
I've got a side parting, so naturally the side
You
parting.
don't look thin on top.
No.
Yeah, it's just a bit thin up on the crown.
Whatever
but
you're doing, it's working.
it's a comb over.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing,
But it's not
stop.
like, it's not I'm not.
But I think what
it's not
you've got-
bald and I've got a.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just.
Your front is quite strong, so that's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
why.
yeah,
Often
yeah.
comb overs, it's a really weak front, isn't it? Kind
Yes.
of pushed away to the top.
And I think comb overs, a comb overs like dyspraxia is a spectrum.
Yeah.
No one's got that anymore. That's like an 80s old man
I've
thing.
seen them.
Really?
I've seen them. I definitely have seen one, like big one, in the last maybe 6 months. 'Cause I remember noting it being like, that is.
What, there's
old
just a
school.
few hairs coming
Yeah,
over
like
his...
proper bald hair at the sides and just wisps going over. It's fucking wicked.
I've
like
got-
a cartoon
Mine
tax man.
You got quite strong hair.
You got
All right.
thick,
I'm doing
curly
all right.
hair.
You know.
What's the shortest you've ever gone? Have you ever shaved it?
Not for not since like school.
Yeah,
I got like a weird shaped head. So even when I go,
I was going to say,
even if I go like just on the
we'll
sides,
have to reference that.
Yeah. We need to straight away get the.
We'll put a
There's actually
disclaimer.
clip beforehand.
A little chat to the.
You wanna watch this on a very big screen. Yeah, so but I wouldn't go short these days.
No. What's the longest you've had it?
Like pretty.
Really?
Big. Yeah.
That's
Big
fine,
afro
man.
kind
So,
of.
yeah.
It's good hair, it's curly hair, isn't it?
I don't know. When I used to have my big fro, man. Like I see photos of it now.
Oh,
and it
your
makes
hair
me feel
was
sick.
curly,
Are
wasn't
you
it?
naturally curly?
Yeah.
But it's just-
like it's wavy at this. Like it's probably. Your hair essentially changes every
Definitely.
7 years or something. Like
What?
Is it?
You know, it waves.
Oh, because your whole body is
Yeah,
meant
like
to
apparently-
And you
Like-
shed your skin and stuff.
Well,
Like a
lizard.
snake.
But like when I was young, it was like this, like very wavy. So you can see it sort of flicks up on waves. But like when I got to about sort of, and then I started shaving it. I used to shave it number 1 from the age of 16 up until about 21.
What, yourself?
Yeah. So for about 5 years I shaved it, and then when I started comedy, I started growing it, and then it just was fucking curly, man. I had like a big, sort of fro.
Yeah.
And Sideshow Bob sort of stuff. And then when I shaved it again for 5 years and then grew it back, it had gone wavy
Didn't you
again.
wear like tinted glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot going on. Man.
What's that about?
it-
Not really.
Do you know what it was?
That's quite a good look, I
'Cause used
thought.
to
A
wear
bit
glasses.
70s,
I used
wasn't
to wear
it?
glasses, and it was just my dad always wore tints, and I just liked it. I thought it was a cool look.
Quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to have tinted glasses
Noncy.
and big curly hair. Like, I used to have jokes about looking like a sort of 70s pedo.
Yeah.
And
Now you look like just a normal one.
just traditional pedo.
Funny the way
Fashionable pedo.
What a lovely looking pedo.
funny what stand-up does to you, that you're like deliberately dressing as a 70s
I know.
pedo for like an opening line. So I can say I look like a paedophile. Oh no.
You wouldn't get that in an office, would you? I want to dress like a rapist. I should stop saying rape, innit? Yeah.
But but then I think it took me to get into like sort of mid-30s before I finally just went, I can just look normal like myself and not overthink how I look on stage and just have a quite consistently normal look.
Yeah.
Now I look like a normal grown man.
I used to have long hair down my back when I was 18.
Did you?
Like long.
Well, I remember when we first met, when you used to have longish hair, didn't you?
It was a bit long.
You used to have you used to
That
have
was
that
when
sort
I
of,
had no idea what to do with my hair.
You used to have a proper like
a bit kind of
cross there.
oasis-y, yeah. I just didn't know what to do, and I was really like hassled with my hair.
Yeah.
I'd go to the barber and not, when you're just unsure, just
Help. You just say help.
yeah.
to
When
the
you got
barber.
young kids and that though, like what you look like ain't at the top of the list for
No.
me.
Yeah.
For me anyway, yeah.
Well, it doesn't come to the list.
No, like you're just kind of busy working, trying to
Pretty
gig
weird,
in the evening
like, you're like, when
Trying
you
to
have kids,
stay-
you got to look good around them, If it's the other way around.
to bring the hate.
Yeah.
But when I had long hair, my hair goes curly at the like corkscrewy,
Yeah.
curly at just at the
Like a
sides,
Hasidic Jew.
like some Amishman.
What's the best way to remove a splinter? That's from Derek.
Tweezers,
Teeth.
Derek.
Teeth. I mean, it depends how big it is, isn't it?
Tweezers and a magnifying glass.
All right.
Is
Just
Derek
get your
really-
wank.
is
Just
he-
get your wank
Has he
kit
got a
out.
splinter right now and he's sent that in? Google it, Derek. You're going to have to wait.
Hot water
It's
because
all
it
written in
opens the
capital
pores.
letters. What's going on?
Yeah.
Twyla, my 3 and almost 4, she's 4 next week. She had got her first splinter recently, and it was quite like, it's a rites of passage getting your first splinter, isn't it? And we had to get tweezers. She was always like,
It
and then,
hurts.
like having to like really just pull it out. And it's you forget about them. I used to get them all the time as a kid. I suppose you're climbing around everywhere.
I don't know when
And
I
I've-
last got
Swinging
I had-
two
I had
befores
one-
around
I had
all
one
the
a couple of
time.
months ago, and it wasn't a bad one. It was easy to get out. But
What was it off of?
I don't know.
Sounds suspect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
like-
BDSM paddles.
It's freshly sanded, finely sanded BDSM paddle. A paddle.
I know.
Slap. Slap you with my paddle.
That's so disgusting.
You're supposed to like row a boat with it.
Yeah.
Slap your missus around the head. I might get a paddle actually.
Somebody asked.
Slapping
Women
women's
and whack around their head with
slapping women.
It's just like, you know.
Slapping bums is awkward though, isn't it? Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
never know. Like I'm not
think
good at slapping a
I
bum.
think it's I mean, unless it's in a very consensual sexual.
No, that's what I
scenario
meant.
now.
Yeah.
But because it used to be just. I think slapping a bum used to be quite common just round the. Just in general, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I sometimes do
You
it
used
to a
just do it
waitress
to
or
waitress,
something.
Yeah, just like sort of
Your
women that
mu-
walk past you in pubs.
Your mate's wife, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
just
darling,
like-
what time's dinner?
No, it used to be before the wokerati ruined everything.
Yeah,
Fucking
you used to be
PC.
able to slap a woman wherever you went.
But no, but I mean, I do think, obviously, gladly it's been phased out. But yeah,
But I mean, in the
sexual
bedroom
scenario,
situation, people like a slap, don't they?
I mean, depends if they're into it.
Yeah. Not.
I've
yeah.
slapped an arse in the bedroom and in my head thought, I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I
Did
mean?
they?
Yeah.
Did you say? Did you feel it out first?
Feel it out? Be
No.
like, can I?
Cross.
Nah, I think if you're gonna slap an arse, you just gotta go
just
for it.
gotta-
You
yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
like, can I have the consent?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, may I slap your bum?
Yeah, I do think it's something that is it's sort of you get the vibe, I suppose. Like
A paddle just would be easier though.
Yeah,
I've gone from
I feel like
anti-paddle
you
to I'm
have to
buying
get-
one.
That you definitely have to get consent for a paddle.
To
You
pull
can't
out your
just get
kit.
a paddle, like, what the hell?
To pull out your sex kit, your toolbox.
like a fucking assassin opening up a bag.
Just start putting things together.
I like it
like
being-
Leon.
Being on your back like a guitar.
Draw the curtain.
Oh,
Like
God.
Stop buying it off some Russian in a hotel room. This is a very good one. It gets the anus and the clit. Brrr. This was a good one for your pocket.
Oh my word. Oh gosh.
Woo.
Timmy says, any thoughts on the Tom Brady roast or more generally the stand-up boom in America?
I thought it was great. I thought Nikki Glaser killed it, and oh god, Tony Hinchcliffe, he was great.
I don't know anything about American comedy.
I
Is this
don't
some?
either,
Is this
so-
some?
It was
some big
they do the
roast?
roast like once every few years, but Tom Brady, who's like David Beckham times 10 in America, like a big
sports guy.
NFL guy, yeah. I mean, he's huge.
Oh, but he's like one of the most famous people in America.
in America, sports-wise, definitely, yeah. Like him, Jordan, you know what I mean?
Right.
Tyson, like.
Yeah.
Do
But
you know who he is?
I know who Tom Brady is just because I've heard his name.
Same here,
And
yeah. I
it's
don't.
like and I don't watch.
I don't
American
even like. I
football.
watched the highlights of his best things. I'm like, still don't get it.
No.
I think he was really good at just throwing it, but he was
Well, he's
like,
a quarterback, wasn't he? I know that much.
It's crazy that just being good at throwing can like make you.
I know.
one of the most
I
famous
mean, he
people
is
in
a
the world.
superstar.
Yeah.
Like,
But I don't like. My thing is I don't like roasts.
Do you know?
At
I
all.
really,
hate 'em.
I
Have you
really
done- have you
like
done
him.
them?
I've no.
Have you done them much?
I did one when they did the roast battles on Comedy Central.
Did you do that?
I recorded one like as a backup because basically, I don't know. Can we talk about
Stand
Yeah.
who got a bit like there was a bit of beef with some people that did one. Probably let's not mention it because I think one person will get quite sensitive about it. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There was one that they recorded, and one of the people wasn't too happy with how it went down,
Sure.
and they were like, "I don't want it to go out."
Yeah.
So I got called in to do one the next day's record with the other person,
Yeah.
just to see if, like in
Just
case,
as a backup.
as a backup in case.
Have you got footage of it? Nah.
No.
They coulda give you
I didn't-
footage,
I had,
couldn't
but I
they?
would never put it out. I didn't like doing it at all. I don't
But
like
the way, right, so people think they're like mean spirited or whatever, and I do get that, but I also do think they're quite fun, like joke exercises. Like,
I enjoy them, the American one. Like Jeff Ross, I really like. Like Greg
Yeah.
Giraldo was great. Like,
I like roast jokes, like they'll proper make me laugh.
Right.
But it's not because they're brutal, just because they're kind of like.
well, all kind of bets are off, or you can say anything. You know, if you're roasting a disabled person, you can go at it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want to do. No, I do it anyway in my head.
But yeah, no, I would never watch one. Like, you know what I mean? I did that one, but I'd never.
It was good though. It was very good.
American roast is like my worst nightmare.
Yeah,
some of the jokes though are really good. Yeah.
Well, I don't like, you know, when they go up there, it's someone famous like Snoop Dogg or something, and he goes up and he's clearly just doing bits that have been written for him.
A lot
He's
of
like
it is
delivering them half-assed.
Most of them are written for them, I'd imagine. Like they've got a big old team of writers, especially for a Netflix one.
Yeah.
But the delivery, there's other aspects to it I like as well. Like even if they haven't written it, the way they're timing and stuff, you know what I mean? It was good. Nikki Glaser was great, I thought, man.
Nikki Glaser.
American comedian, a comedian.
I've heard.
Not really.
I haven't heard that phrase.
She's-
I was running a new material gig with when I first started, and he put the artwork out as like saying like 5 comedians and 1 comedian. And I was like, get that down now. Like,
What did you change it to? A one funny hole.
Oh, God. Wow.
Comedian.
As Nikki Glaser, you were saying.
Yeah, she's great. Like, well, Amy Schumer blew up on the roast, didn't she? That's where she kind of made her name, I think. Anyway.
Do you know Amy Schumer?
I know she is.
Oh right, yeah. I
Like,
just
I
thought,
know-
I've met my match of someone who doesn't.
No,
know.
I know some of these names.
Yeah.
But I
Do you,
just-
do
I
you know
don't-
who she is?
Yeah, but
But I don't watch American comedy, and like I know it sounds for like I've got friends in British comedy who their favourite comedians are all American, current American
all
comedians.
of my
I
comedy
don't.
mates.
My
love it.
culturally,
So I am like that though.
It doesn't. I don't. It's not. I'm not saying it's not good.
Yeah,
It's
same.
just absolutely not my taste. The accent, everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think I
really-
started
The energy,
watching
yeah.
like Montreal or like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like on, I
That
guess.
comes down to it's a lot of it's like where you had like your comedy awakening. Like what
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
thing that really got you going?
Like Eddie Murphy, Bill Hicks, Pryor,
yeah, see,
Julian
mine was all the
Deane, you know,
UK
all of these
DVDs.
So
greats.
who were yours then?
Like Lee Evans, Mickey Flanagan, Kevin Bridges.
Yeah.
Who else? Even like McIntyre.
Yeah.
John Bishop. Like all of Jason Manford. Like Russell Howard.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, because mine was always just like Billy Connolly, basically.
Yeah.
I grew up
Billy
just
Connolly was
watching
up there.
Billy
Frank
Connolly.
Skinner.
Frank Skinner as well, yeah. So like, mine was very, you know, British, Irish, sort of, just that idea. I'm very British in my sense of humour.
Same.
Do you know what I mean? Even sitcoms, like there's some American sitcoms I love, but there's some like Friends I just can't watch. Like, you know, I mean, I had mates who love Friends, and I'm like, oh, I can't. This is so not my vibe. Even like some of the big
I
ones.
really like it, the perfection of American
See, yeah,
stuff,
that's what I
though.
don't
Do you know what I
like.
mean?
But
The
I've got
slickness of it.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
I like it clean
Yeah.
and like,
And people like American comedy because you know where to laugh. I think.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
boom, boom, and then like
I like that. Yeah, I
British
just like weird
sitcoms
shit. I
are
grew up
often
on
a-
Vic and Bob are probably two, like my heroes.
I
when
watched
was
that
young.
though. Yeah, I liked them.
And I'm fine. I mean, I'm not. As much as I say it's fine, I'm not a big fan of when American culture becomes too influential here. I think that's a bad
I
sign.
think we're too into it now, though. It is, isn't it? Especially with the
Yeah.
internet.
But there's a lot of comedians you see now with American like tone on stage.
yeah.
Like a Bill Burr impression.
Oh
or,
man, the amount
yeah.
of Bill Burr wannabes you see on stage, like that are just like newer acts. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You've got English accents. You're like, mate, that's an American vibe.
Yeah.
When you're using someone else's cadence, it's all right for the first year, I guess. You're trying stand up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Yeah, you've got to
you've
find
got
your own
just,
voice.
yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, but how did you find Melbourne? How did you find gigging in Melbourne?
Yeah, I mean the festival's like it's such a refreshing thing compared to Edinburgh in terms of
How long
like,
have you been doing comedy?
8 years. I think
Okay.
now. Yeah.
8 years.
Started
I
at
don't know
19.
how, yeah.
What, in university?
Started when I didn't go to uni. Started when
After
I
you failed
yeah,
college.
failed all of
eventually.
Oh, yeah, I
all
forgot.
my A levels. Come on. Yeah, started when I was 20. Did
What
like,
sort of jobs were you doing?
I worked at Weathers. Do you mean before I went full time, right?
Yeah.
So, like Weatherspoons. I worked at Subway. I worked as a charity.
Subway,
mugger.
that must have been...
Charity mugger.
Yeah, door to
a
door.
chugger.
Oh, not
Worked
the
as
door-to-door
gas and
ones, they're
electric.
even worse.
Gas and electric.
Was Subway
sales, I
hard
did.
as a dyspraxic?
Well, I actually got.
Not for him, but for
Make
people
it-
eating a sandwich.
Yeah. The frozen food in their sandwiches was hard.
Put the cheese on top. The cheese on their head.
Yeah. I was able. I'm quite good at. I got quite good at making the sandwiches and doing the till. But what was bad is famous Subway story amongst my friends is that I was meant to be opening the shop, and the night before I just couldn't find the key anywhere.
Oh no.
And for some reason I didn't have like any contact numbers
Right.
of anyone.
For anyone at work. Ever.
No. I was like new there or whatever. It was one of the first times I was opening.
Yeah.
But I remembered that one of the first times I was opening, I was late, and they knew I was late because the CTV like told them that the store hadn't opened.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'll need to go and wait outside. 'Cause I'll
Find a
get
new job.
Well, I thought the best way for me to keep my job is if I go and wait outside, and then when they
Yeah.
eventually come, I'm like, look, I'm
I
so
got
sorry,
robbed.
I've been waiting here for hours or whatever.
Yeah.
But they didn't come for like an hour, and I was just stood across the road. It was
Oh,
raining. We're
man.
watching like the regulars like come and bang on the window.
Regulars?
Yeah. Like so, if you, yeah. And people will come.
I think Subway's underrated a little
People
bit.
will go to Subway.
It's all right.
People will go to
Right,
Subway.
I've not had one in 10 years.
People will
I
go to
reckon.
Subway every morning, like
Yeah.
before work, and get like their set order. And I was watching these people come in, like just completely baffled by why it wasn't open.
Just ruined their
And then in the end,
autistic
I remembered
routines.
that another, the guy who owned that franchise, he owned another one around the corner. So in the end, I went there.
Another Subway.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
said, "Can I have the manager's number?"
Why in the end did you go there? Why not at the beginning?
Very good point.
In the end, I thought I better tell him he's next door.
I can't remember what my logic there was. It was probably that was my plan B. My plan A was that
Just to wait in the rain
Just
across
to
the
wait.
road so the CCTV
Thinking
picks
you're
you
not,
up.
at least haven't
I
got
think
to
you've got A
work.
and B mixed up there.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I went there and I said, "Can I have Thingy's number?" And he went, "Oh, the last time I gave his number out, he went absolutely mental at me and said,
Yeah.
never, ever, under any
He
circumstances,
sounds
give
like
my
a bit of
number
a
out."
dick.
So I was like, "All right, well, could you ring him on your phone?"
Hate
And
people
then he
like
went,
that. Like, wow, just fucking don't answer.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's so true. Like,
Don't
so
ever
un-
give my number.
no one
Wow,
wants-
your phone rang.
Fucking manager of a Subway. No one wants you.
No one. I know exactly.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Can you ring him on your phone?" And he was like, "Oh, my mum's just cancelled my contract." I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
word.
Oh no,
So
man.
then I just went back to bed.
Where was this?
Never opened it.
What area of
nah,
England was
This
this?
was in Sheffield.
Oh,
I lived in
you-
Sheffield.
typical.
You were from Sheffield?
No, I'm from Manchester.
Okay.
I lived where loads of my mates went to uni there, and then one of them dropped out of uni the same time my parents told me they were getting divorced.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I don't really want to live here. And they were like, yeah, we don't. It'd probably be quite nice if you know.
Moved.
Yeah, and they
Well,
felt,
your
they
were-
felt guilty or whatever.
You were living with your parents.
Yeah, yeah,
They
and they-
divorced
They
and
split up, yeah.
and
But
they
we're
asked
still
you to
living
split up
together.
as well.
Yeah, well,
and
it
they
was
met
more
up
like,
again round the back.
It was more like I was like 19 or whatever, maybe
mean, it's-
20, and I was like, I can't handle this. This is insane.
Yeah. You moved to Sheffield.
Yeah,
It's a
well,
cool city, Sheffield.
I love
think.
it.
It's a
yeah,
wicked city.
it's really cool.
So did you get sacked for that?
Nah, weirdly, he moved me. He gave me like a week off, and then I had to meet him at a Subway
nice.
for a chat, and I thought, I'm getting sacked here.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm going to move you to the other store.
Right.
And I was like, why? And he was like,
It's round the corner.
yeah, he was like, basically, it looks bad that you didn't open if you're still working here,
Right.
because that's a cardinal sin.
Yeah. that
You
is
don't
a-
want people
But the
getting ideas.
the customers don't necessarily know that it was you.
No, but the staff do.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
He said you can't open or close anymore.
Fuck off.
That's
But I remember being like, why? I remember Alan, and I looked him in the eye and I went, why are you not sacking me?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you're good on till. We need someone on till.
Why do Subway sandwiches all smell the same regardless of the inside?
Well, because I'll tell you, there's actually only 2 different types of bread. Maybe it's changed,
Right.
but it's basically just white or brown bread
Yeah.
with a slightly different
But you get the
with a different
seeded
topping
9
on it.
grain.
Yeah.
But it's
But
still the
I'm
same, mate.
I'd be taking that out and I just go, ooh, and put it in that and then whack it in.
Right.
It's not really different. You know what I mean?
Yes, that explains it.
So yeah.
Can you eat Subways still, or do you?
I
did
had
that put you
I
off
had
for
a
life?
time. I had a couple of years off them, and now I can have
Yeah.
one once in a while. Yeah, but I must have had like an insane amount of Subway.
Yeah.
I used to just, you meant to have one a day. I used to just absolutely help
What do you mean
myself.
meant to what?
Like you were allowed
Doctor's-
to have
Doctor's
one
orders.
136
Alan's orders.
for every
Allowed.
4 hours. So
Right.
if you did 8 hours, you could have a foot
Well,
long.
one thing from the menu of your choice.
Sorry, Alan, if you're watching this, but I was having fucking so much. Yeah.
I mean, Alan knows this, doesn't he? He must do.
Do you still eat Subways?
I have done. Ren, my daughter quite likes it, so I take her there sometimes.
Right.
They got a little Subway on the route home from school.
Yeah.
Sometimes pop in, maybe once
It's
every
the
few
better.
weeks.
It's the better. It's the healthy.
I think as fast food goes, it's quite good. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can have all the salad. It all looks pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't. It's the smell of it, man.
I know what you
genuinely think
mean.
It's my least favourite smelling takeaway.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a vegan, and I could
Yeah.
probably, I'd enjoy the smell of KFC because it was a flavour I used to like. But
Yeah.
Subway's actually the smell.
It's because it
Makes
doesn't
no-
smell like anything else. It just
Exactly.
smells like Subway. Like you're
they
saying
put-
is that I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
feel
yeah,
that
yeah,
smell.
yeah.
And I used to connect it with quite like a rainy day, like up early, like working in a Subway for 8 hours. Like that smell is just
Yeah.
like when you're all back and like the unit for I remember I was gigging and I'd like have a great gig and then come home and then have to get up and put my dirty Subway uniform on
Oh man.
that I'd not washed because I'd
Yeah,
been at,
yeah.
you know what I mean, and like putting that on and
Yeah.
Nah,
mate.
I don't actually mind the smell, but I don't know, really. When I walk past, it's all right. It's a bit kind of low end.
But I
you
used
know
to
what I
think it
mean?
was a nice. I used to love Subway. I was so excited to get a job at Subway. It was like my favourite fast food.
It's like
I was
becoming an
buzzing. All my
astronaut,
mates were
childhood
like,
dream.
people were more interested in Sheffield in the fact I worked at Subway than me being a comedian. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be like,
Can you get
start
me
with
in?
that, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So you worked in Wetherspoons as well.
Yeah, that was fucking awful. I
What
got
was it?
sacked.
For what?
Being shit.
Like,
Failed my
really?
probation. Yeah.
Was that more difficult because people more demanding? They want a pint there, food there, all this kind of
I think
overwhelming.
I was just like a kid. I was 18, but I didn't really know like how like when you work, you've got to, even if it's a shit job, you've got to work quite hard.
But working in a bar is pretty hard.
It's
Like,
tough.
I used to love it, but it is on a
It's
busy
really
night. It's stressful, man.
rough.
You've got to be on.
and it's
ball.
food. You're doing food and tables and the bar and fucking.
I
I
did
don't
it for
know,
one night. I worked as a night porter in a hotel, and that one night there was like a party or something, but the bar was heaving, and I had to do the bar. I'm the only employee there,
Yeah.
and I was at the bar just pulling pints, and the people. This guy was rude to me. I was just rude back. I just was like, it weren't my job. I didn't care. I said to him, "You're not getting anything," and I just told him he's not getting anything, and he was like, "What?" I
Well, you just cut him off. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
because he was rude to me, and I
Yeah,
just said,
you're
"You're
cut
not
off."
having anything."
Yeah.
I was only about 18.
That's awesome.
I just said, "Nah, you're done." I thought he was gonna get fucking fisticuffy. I didn't give a shit.
We got to wrap it up in a second.
Oh yeah.
What else? Let's quickly wrap up with. Have you doing Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Second year.
Second album, baby.
Yeah, man. After a successful first year,
Yeah,
obviously.
feeling great about it.
How was last year? Good.
Really good, yeah.
That's
good.
But kind of like, I don't know, it's that thing of being like, this is your debut, like this has to go well, this has to go well.
Yeah.
And then it goes well, it's like, I did it, and now I'm back. Like,
got to do
oh, yeah, he's got to
From
go well
scratch
again
as
from
well.
scratch, yeah.
That second one, I remember being, it was like.
Makes you better though, right? That's what
Definitely,
everyone
'cause
says.
Once you get
It's
the
got-
second one out of the
yeah.
way,
Yeah.
you realise you can put together, you can write at a quite quicker pace than you did before.
Yeah,
you know what I
'cause
mean?
you
So
know
the
you can
third
write
one's
now.
easier.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
writing an hour gets easier every time you do
But
it.
that's why I keep saying after this one I'm going to take a break. But every year there's just a reason to do it because it's like, oh no, now you want to enjoy writing the hour.
Yeah,
now you know you could do it. You want to have an hour that you can
I
enjoy.
think it's
right?
good though. You're supposed to be like, it's supposed to be a
fucking-
bit of stress in
I'm a
it.
comedian, innit? So like,
Not yet,
that's
what
what
else
you
you
do.
gonna do?
Write
Yeah,
a show.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
that's-
mean, I've only done 2 hours in my life, yeah. But I don't know,
You
man.
didn't like either of them.
I didn't enjoy it. I don't know. Like there were most of it I enjoyed, like 90% of it, yeah. But I just don't like being up there, yeah, away from home.
oh, I thought you meant on stage.
Oh, well, yeah, that.
Well,
yeah.
Just
don't like being
away
up
from
up
home
there.
for a month. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, fair.
but you're doing Monkey Barrel again?
Monkey Barrel at 9 p.m. Yeah.
It's a great venue.
Yeah.
We clash
it's-
on
Is that
doing
what you
9
did
PM as
last
well.
year?
Again. Yeah, I did the smaller one last year. Yeah.
Which one are you doing this year?
One. Yeah.
The
The one.
is it the old one? Or
Yeah, the classic one.
not
I
the
think.
big. Where yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the last year I was in the small one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Have you got an agent?
Yeah,
Who are you with? Oh, you don't want to say?
No, I don't mind. Yeah, Christian from Blue Book.
Oh,
nice.
Christian Knowles.
Yeah.
Ah,
Um,
I like Christian.
he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so people should see your show. People should come and see my show. My show's on sale now. Boost Gumps.
Boost Gumps.
Boost Gumps.
Boost.
Just Boost Gumps. It's Goosebumps said wrong.
Oh.
Oh.
That's what it is. Boost Gumps. Yeah, you've got to name it, innit? You've got to name it something.
You
Boost
do.
Gumps.
Boost
I think I
Gumps.
really don't know the name matters.
What time is your show?
9 o'clock. at
Where?
Pleasance Courtyard.
Pleasance Courtyard, 9
Back
p.m.
in the-
Cole
back in the
Donnelly, Boost
shit.
Gumps. What's your show?
Stomp.
Stomp.
Yeah.
You
You're just gonna
can.
be playing
Don't ask me
dustbin
why.
lids.
Yeah, that's why. Because someone said it would be funny to have me with like dustbin lids.
Yeah.
Like,
You know that was Addison.
that's the only reason I've called it, and then I've not even done that. I've not even done that photo.
That was
I think
Addison
I said to her-
Cresswell's brother, wasn't
Was
it?
it? Was it?
Who wrote
yeah,
Stomp.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
But
So yours is called Stomp.
Yeah.
Dan Tiernan.
I also
9
think it's quite
PM.
funny to name it after a thing that already like exists.
Yeah.
It's called EastEnders.
But people keep
Starlight Express.
I've told people Stomp and they look at me. They're like, "What?" Like, yeah.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
a good name.
Let's wrap it up. We'll be in Edinburgh together. We'll be
Yeah.
back next week. Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks patrons.
Have a Subway together.
Have a All right. Take it easy, everyone. Cheers.
Bye.